Hey y'all, it's Jen for Love of Iris. This is another project we're going to make with the envelope punch board. And this one is just a little treat holder. And we've got a little belly band. Inside I've got some sugar-free candy for my father-in-law for Easter. He's diabetic, so he can't have sugar, and I thought he would maybe want some candy at Easter time with the kids too. So I made him this little thing for Easter. So I'm going to show y'all how to make it. I found it on Pinterest. Not a big surprise. Everything's found on Pinterest. But what you're going to need is your envelope punch board, a 6x6 piece of pattern paper. I am using the Have a Cuppa DSP in this pattern because I think it's cute with the treats. And then for your belly band, it is 1.5 by 6. 1.5 by 6 for your belly band. So on the 6x6 piece of paper, you're going to, for the first one, you're going to punch and score at 1.5. So we're going to punch and score on the 1.5. And then we're going to turn it. And when I turn counterclockwise. And then we're going to punch and score on the 3. So 1.5, 3, turn counterclockwise, 1.5, punch and score, turn counterclockwise, and 3, punch and score. Now, we only have one punch per side, but there's 2 lines. So on each of the second, can you see that? Yeah, you can see it. So see, we've got a punch here with our line. We're going to punch here, but we're not going to score. So we're going to line it up like we typically would, and we're going to punch, but we're not going to score this. Then we're going to rotate it. We're going to line up that line again. We're going to punch, but we're not going to score. Turn it. Line it up with the second line, punch, don't score, turn it, and punch, but don't score. Okay? So that's going to look something like this. You've got all your score lines in there. And then we're going to reverse round the corners because these you are going to be able to see. So stick it into the back part of your punch and just round the corners there. You can also use your Project Life corner rounder if you have that, and because this is sometimes somewhat finicky to do. Okay, so let me remove this and our trash. And we are through with the envelope punch board. We're going to just reinforce our score lines. We've only got 4 to reinforce, the 2 on the side and then 2 this way. Okay, and then what we're going to do, I'm going to work on this side so it's easy to see. We've got the 2 narrow strips and then the 2 wide strips. On the sides of the wide strips, we're just going to cut this little line right here, this little line right here. Right here, we're just going to cut from where it begins to the score line on either side of the large, I call them the large triangle, either side of the large one. Okay, then we're going to flip it. We're going to do the same thing on this side. So on this score line right here, we're going to cut from the beginning to the first score line. And again on this side to the first score line. Okay, and that's all there is to it. We're going to put a little bit of adhesive on these tabs. Let me get my silicone mat. And I'm going to use Fast Fuse. You can use whatever you like. If you prefer liquid adhesive to give yourself some time, by all means, use your liquid adhesive. But I just put adhesive on the 2 flaps that we cut open right here. Okay, and see, I didn't use much. And then what you're going to do is you're going to turn these in, fold it up, and turn these in, and just match up the corners. Press that down. Same thing on this side. Okay. And then same thing over here. I probably should have done the adhesive first, but we'll make it work. Okay, same thing with these. You're going to tuck these on the inside and line up the edges and press them down. And if we would have scored those extra times when we punched, instead of punching and scoring, we just punched, we would have gotten lines right here and right here. And I didn't want that because it would have made a box. And I don't want a box per se. I want it to be more of a dome type situation, more rounded like this one is. See how it's rounded, more like a dome, I guess, than an actual box, a square. I didn't want the square. So I omitted those score lines that would have come up here, 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 and here. That's why we didn't score those last few times. So let's go ahead and create our belly band. And all I did was take the 6 by 1.5 piece of paper, choose the side that you want to show, and put adhesive on the opposite. Well, let's see. No, I guess you could put adhesive on this side. I'm just going to put adhesive right here on this side. Okay, and again, not a whole lot of fast fuse needed because fast fuse is amazing. So just kind of bend it down. And this part can be a little bit finicky, but just hold it to where you want it. And then line up where you'd like it to be, kind of wrap it around. And wherever the glue side is, make sure that one's down. And then stick down your paper there to go with it. And I went over a little bit, but that's okay with my adhesive. Now I'll get my adhesive remover. Y'all don't laugh at my adhesive remover. It's like 77 years old. But it still works. Bless its heart. Look how old it is. It's all raggedy. That's okay. Okay, just get that old adhesive off of there. Okay. And then what I do after I've made the belly band, once I stick it on here, and I know where I want it, then what I will do is I'll kind of crease the ends there. I'll fold it to where it'll crease and then it'll lay flat. So if you just kind of pinch it, then it'll lay flat like that. And for the tag on this other one that I made, I just used the small oval punch and some very vanilla or whisper white or whatever color you want. Just punched an oval. And the 2 stamp sets I used were the Hello stamp set from Celebration, and I used Little Sunshine, and the Picture Perfect, I used the Just from Picture Perfect. So it created the tag that says Just Little Sunshine. I don't know if you can see that. And then I used So Saffron ink with the little suns right here, and I stamped off and then stamped the suns right here. I just poked a hole with my paper piercer and tied with some linen thread to tie it, to attach it to the belly band. So that is our day 2 of our envelope punch board project. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you for the next video. Bye!